You don't wake up thinking about pornography, but it's thinking about you. It's present in your fastest impulses, in your silent decisions, in the way you react to the world when no one is watching. While you believe you're in control, it operates in the background, shaping desires, draining energy, and redefining what your brain understands as pleasure. It's never been so easy to feel stimulated, and never been so hard to feel purpose. There have never been so many images, so many bodies, so many fantasies available, and never so much confusion, anxiety, and emotional emptiness. This is not a religious video. It's not a moral attack. It's not a judgment. It's a cold, honest analysis of consequences. Because pornography doesn't destroy your life all at once. It does something far more dangerous. It slowly numbs you. You keep functioning. You work. You study. You talk. You smile. But something starts disappearing inside. Your vital energy. Your ambition. Your mental clarity. Your ability to deeply connect with someone. And the most dangerous part is that all of this happens quietly. There are no sirens, no immediate collapse, no red alert, only silence, mental silence, emotional silence, existential silence. And while the world keeps accelerating, you feel like you're always one step behind, too tired to act, too distracted to focus, too overstimulated to feel real satisfaction. This video exists because almost no one talks about this honestly, and because the sooner you understand what's happening, the greater your chances of regaining control. Pornography won when it stopped seeming dangerous, when it stopped feeling strange, when it became normal. It won when it started being treated as a joke, as something harmless, as an inevitable part of modern life. Everyone watches it. It's normal. It doesn't have an impact. But no addiction begins looking like a problem. Anything that generates intense, repetitive pleasure, when consumed without control, leaves marks on the brain. The human brain wasn't designed to handle infinite stimuli. It learns through repetition. It adapts to what it receives. Every time you consume pornography, your brain learns a silent lesson. It learns that pleasure can be immediate, that effort isn't necessary, that reward doesn't require risk. This doesn't teach sex, it teaches behavior. It teaches you that you can escape discomfort whenever you want. That frustration should be avoided, not faced. That desire can be satisfied without action in the real world. Over time, this changes how you deal with everything. With work, with study, with relationships, with yourself. You start avoiding challenges that don't offer immediate reward. You procrastinate more. You feel less drive for things that require continuous effort. And the most dangerous part is that you don't associate this with pornography. You think you're just tired, unmotivated, unfocused. But the problem isn't lack of ability. It's excess stimulation. Dopamine is not the pleasure hormone. It's the hormone of anticipation. It exists to push you toward goals, to motivate you to act, to keep you focused on something that requires effort. When you consume pornography, this system is activated artificially. Every click creates expectation. Every new video creates excitement. Every stimulus pushes your brain toward a chemical peak. The problem starts when these peaks become too frequent. The brain adapts. It always adapts. What once generated excitement becomes normal. So you look for something more intense, more explicit, more detached from reality. This doesn't happen because you want it to. It happens because the brain develops tolerance. And when dopamine rises too fast, it falls just as quickly. After the peak comes emptiness, apathy, irritability, mental fatigue. Normal activities start to feel boring. Work becomes heavy. Studying feels painful. Conversation requires effort. You didn't lose interest in life. You lost sensitivity to real pleasure. And the more you try to compensate with artificial stimuli, the deeper into this cycle you go. Pornography doesn't destroy men in obvious ways. It doesn't take everything at once. It corrodes little by little. It turns action into observation, conquest into consumption, presence into passivity. The male mind was shaped for challenge, for tension, for overcoming. When everything becomes easy stimulation, this mechanism starts to fail. You feel less desire to take risks, less willingness to face rejection, less courage to try, not because you're weak, but because your brain was trained to avoid discomfort, and discomfort is the price of growth. Without it comes stagnation, insecurity, the feeling of standing still while the world moves forward. You don't feel defeated, but you feel incomplete. Pornography teaches a silent lie, that people are replaceable, that intimacy doesn't require emotional effort. In fantasy, there's no frustration, no conflict, no rejection. In real life, all of that exists. Real relationships require presence. They require patience. They require empathy. But your mind has been trained for fast stimuli, without construction, without depth. The result is predictable. Less real desire, more comparison, more dissatisfaction. You don't lose interest in people. You lose the ability to connect with them. No one is proud of this habit. You close tabs quickly. You delete histories. You promise you'll stop. And when you fail, shame grows. Shame creates isolation. Isolation creates more consumption. It's a closed psychological loop. The more you hide, the less worthy you feel of real connection. And the less real connection you have, the more you seek relief in artificial stimulation. If nothing changes, the future is predictable. Not a sudden collapse, but a life lived below your potential. Less energy, less ambition, less presence. Pornography doesn't destroy you, it numbs you, and numbed people don't build anything. Pornography promises pleasure without pain, but it delivers pleasure without meaning, and in the long run, that costs far too much. The question isn't whether you can stop. The question is, how much of your life are you still willing to give away before you decide to wake up? Control was never in the video, it was always in your awareness.